49ers training camp highlights, roster updates, deep ball plays, LB standouts, day 6, 7. The San Francisco 49ers training camp just hit a pivotal moment. And it's not just about the plays on the field. Bold roster moves, jaw-dropping deep ball highlights, and unexpected linebacker standouts are stealing the spotlight. But here's where it gets controversial. Are these changes setting the team up for success, or are they risking too much too soon? Let's dive in. After a much-needed off day on Wednesday, the 49ers returned to the field on Thursday for day 7 of their open practices, capping off a whirlwind 72 hours that kept fans and analysts on their toes. This stretch followed a fiercely competitive Tuesday session, day 6, which was packed with action both on and off the field. From roster adjustments to injury updates, the team has been in constant evaluation mode, especially in key position battles. On Tuesday, the 49ers made headlines by signing defensive lineman Jaylon Allen to a 1-year deal. To accommodate this addition, they placed DL Taron Jackson on the injured reserve list, a move that sparked debates about the team's depth and long-term strategy. But the transactions didn't stop there. Thursday saw a flurry of signings, including RB Ameer Abdullah, QB Carter Bradley, wide receiver Marquez Callaway, and wide receiver Andy Isabella. Meanwhile, parted ways with wide receiver Equinemius St. Brown, O-line Sebastian Gutierrez, wide receiver Malik Knowles, and safety Jalen Mahoney. Is this rapid turnover a sign of strategic refinement, or could it disrupt team chemistry? The highlights from days 6 and 7 weren't limited to roster changes. Deep ball plays lit up the field, showcasing the potential of the 49ers passing game. And let's not forget the linebackers. Several standouts emerged, leaving fans wondering if this could be the year the defense truly shines. But this is the part most people miss. With so much focus on the offense and roster moves, are we overlooking the quieter yet critical developments in special teams or secondary positions? Looking ahead, the 49ers will wrap up this block of training camp with 2 more practices this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Unfortunately for fans, both sessions will be closed to the public due to the Morgan Wallen concert at Levi Stadium. After another scheduled off day on Sunday, the team will shift gears for joint practices with the Denver Broncos next week, leading into their preseason opener. Will these joint practices reveal strengths or expose weaknesses? And how will the roster moves impact their performance against Denver? As the 49ers navigate this critical phase, one thing is clear. This training camp is anything but predictable. What's your take? Are these bold moves a recipe for success, or are they walking a tightrope? Let us know in the comments. We're all ears. 49ers training camp, day 8. Winners, losers. McCaffrey, Bosa shine. Collins struggles. Day 8 of 49ers training camp was make or break, exposing both real strengths and troubling gaps on the roster. Veteran standouts Christian McCaffrey, Pro Bowl tackle Trent Williams, and Defensive Player of the Year Nick Bosa all laced up their cleats on Friday, while linebacker Curtis Robinson was activated from the PUP, physically unable to perform list, after rehabbing an ACL injury. Their returns were a welcome boost for Kyle Shanahan's squad. But there were notable absences too. Wide receivers Jordan Watkins, Jawan Jennings, and Jacob Cowing were nowhere to be seen, according to The Athletic. And running back Jordan James plus safety Jaiya Brown took a rest day. Even both starting cornerbacks, Demodele Lenore and Renardo Green, sat out. Friday's session clocked in as the longest of camp, complete with simulated game conditions, but it was closed to the public. Here's the part most people miss. When you have Nick Bosa in full stride. 49ers training camp takeaways. Core strong. Depth questions abound. The core challenge facing the 49ers right now is the delicate balance between maintaining a strong team and managing significant roster uncertainties. And this is where the story gets interesting. While the team's star players remain formidable, The depth behind them is increasingly in question, especially after a period of financial and roster adjustments. But here's where it gets controversial. Some might argue that relying heavily on a core of aging stars could be a risky gamble. Yet others believe their experience and talent still give them a competitive edge. Let's start with the financial side. The 49ers' dead cap space for 2025 is nearing $100 million, a figure that's largely been a strategic choice. The franchise knew this day would come, paying the price for past contracts, and now they're feeling the impact most acutely in their roster depth. During training camp, this has been evident, as players have dealt with the usual summer bumps and bruises. For example, receivers like Ricky Pearsall, Joan Jennings, and Jacob Cowing have been sidelined at various times, and Brandon Ayuk won't return until mid-season. This means the team has had to work with a limited pool of healthy receivers, some of whom might not even be in the league this year. Such injuries narrow the path to success, making it clear that the Niners will need a combination of good luck with injuries and the development of their younger players to reach their goals. It's a high-stakes balancing act. On the bright side, the team's veteran core, which has been the backbone of their recent success, showed up in excellent shape. Christian McCaffrey, who missed time last year due to Achilles tendonitis and a season-ending PCL injury, only managed 65 touches in 2023. The good news? He looks fresh, motivated, and fully engaged this spring and summer. The team is cautious with him, but early signs suggest he's back to his usual self. Similarly, George Kittle has looked as explosive as ever, and Trent Williams has returned in better shape than he has in years. With Fred Warner and Nick Bosa also appearing in top form, the remaining core players are well positioned to keep the team competitive. Meanwhile, the defensive side of the ball has seen a significant upgrade with the return of Robert Saleh as defensive coordinator. His familiarity with the team and his defensive philosophy will be crucial, especially since the Niners plan to give more playing time to young players on defense. The development of these rookies and how the coaching staff schemes around them will be key to the team's success. The defensive line, in particular, is a focal point, with first-round pick Michael Williams, second-rounder Alfred Collins, and fourth-rounder CJ West expected to contribute early. Williams might play inside on passing downs, similar to Arik Armstead, which could bolster interior pass rush. Additionally, Bryce Huff, who fits Saleh's scheme well, has had a solid camp and could serve as the edge rusher opposite Bosa. Other rookies, like Nick Martin and Upton Stout, have impressed enough to potentially earn starting roles, adding to a group of at least 6 rookies who will need to be ready to step in. Offensively, depth remains a concern, making the development of young players just as vital. 2 standouts are second-year receiver Jacob Cowing, who, despite early injuries and limited catches, has shown speed and energy that could energize the offense, and rookie running back Jordan James, a 5th-round pick from Oregon. With Jordan Mason now in Minnesota, the Niners are looking for someone to fill that backup role and provide insurance for Christian McCaffrey. James, though small, is a quick, aggressive runner who seems ready to contribute in some capacity. At the heart of it all is Brock Purdy, the team's $265 million quarterback. When a team invests that much in a player, the pressure and expectations naturally increase. Last year, Purdy tried to do too much at times, especially when injuries decimated the supporting cast. His coaches even showed him film to highlight moments where he might have overextended himself. That experience has likely prepared him for the challenges ahead, especially with so many new pieces around him. Purdy's calm demeanor and previous resilience suggest he's ready to handle the increased responsibility, but his importance to the team has never been greater amid all the transition. In summary, the 49ers are at a pivotal point, balancing a talented, aging core with a promising but unproven group of young players. The success of this season will depend heavily on injury luck, player development, and how well the coaching staff can integrate their rookies into the lineup. Do you believe this approach can lead to another deep playoff run? Or is the reliance on aging stars and untested rookies a risky gamble? Share your thoughts in the comments. This is a debate worth having.